Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. In this video, we're going to take a look at a couple of tweets that Johnny Deaton had put up, and then we're going to look at what Empower Oversight and Jason Foster had came about when it came to these SEC released emails. And then we're also going to take a look at how Johnny Deaton's kind of comparing what's going on within this Ripple versus SC case to the Telegram case. So quickly looking at the coin Gecko right here, we're having a market cap of $1.87 trillion market cap, sitting up 2.9% for the day. And as of recently, the past couple of days, we've seen, Bitcoin in the prices of 34,000 plus. So to see us at this 39,000 range right now is absolutely massive. Bitcoin sitting at 39,407, Ethereum sitting at 2,828, Tether's Tether, Binance Coin sitting at 376, XRP sitting at 76 cents. We're currently up 3.2% for the 24-hour period. Solana sitting at $91, Terra sitting at $76. Cardano sitting at 90 cents, and then Avalanche is sitting at $83. Coming over here, let's look at XRP on a 7-day, because there's been a lot of price action happening, especially with the Russia-Ukraine stuff. So as you can see, we went from being in the 80-cent range, dropping all the way down to, what is it, 63, and I'm sure some exchanges have it lower. So to see us back up here in the 76 cents range is absolutely massive. Coming over here to the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, we're still in this fear range, which is huge. It's better than being in the extreme fear range. But as you can see, there's still a lot of market uncertainty going on within not only our markets, but even the S&P 500 and our regular stock market. So we're down from yesterday. We were at 27, so we're down a point to a 26. So coming here to the topics of discussion, we're looking at Johnny Deaton's tweet here. He says, Ripple attorney, the SEC, is this quote, the SEC now seems to suggest that Mr. Hinman's sworn declaration and deposition testimony were at least misleading. At first, the speech was his personal opinion, which triggers a Title V violation. The SEC's new theory, if true, makes Billy Boy Pinocchio. So pretty much telling us a lie. And he puts up this this image here. So we've been talking about how the SEC, goes from one instance saying, the Ethereum free pass speech that was done by William Hinman is his personal opinion, and then when they were told by the judge to release the drafts leading up to that speech, they wanted to claim, it falls under DPP because it was part of deliberation within the corporate finance section of the SEC. So kind of talking on both sides of their mouth, and you have William Hinman literally under oath saying that it was his personal opinion. So continuing on here, he says the Ripple lawyers are professionals and are very tactful in explaining that if the court were to accept the SEC's new theory regarding the speech, meaning like it falls under DPP and it's deliberation under that specific sector within the SEC, it says that is a division opinion, not Hinman's, then the court must accept that Hinman lied under oath. So, I mean, they literally threw Bill Hinman under the bus, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see how things kind of play out here in the next couple weeks and months, leading up to, I would like to say, the end of the case here. So something else that's pretty powerful is we've been talking about Empower Oversight and them coming after the SEC for conflicts of interest. So they're suing the SEC. So right here, this is Jason Foster's Empower Oversight. It says SEC releases emails to Empower Oversight in crypto conflicts lawsuit, still searching for more. So they're gunning after the SEC. It says after suing the SEC for documents related to potential conflicts of interest in its cryptocurrency related enforcement decisions, Empower Oversight has obtained the first documents from the SEC as a result of the litigation under the FOIA, so Freedom of Information Act. Coming out here, it says, however, due to the formatting issues, many of those pages are almost entirely blank and contain duplicate information. It says on February 18th, Empower Oversight provided a detailed list of people associated with the entities named in the FOIA request so that the SEC can identify additional responsive records rather than limiting its searches to just certain email addresses, domains. So if we click on this and we come over here, and I'm going to talk more about it, but like here's these list of peoples, and look, you got Joseph Lubin, you got names that we've been talking about, you have Vitalik Buterin, names that we've been talking about, Mike Novogratz. I mean, it's getting spicy. So coming over here, let's just continue. Johnny Deaton's talking about this list of emails that Empower Oversight and Jason Foster came up with. It says the emails that we have received from the efforts of Jason Foster and Empower Oversight are narrowly focused. What we have so far is a very small portion of relevant documents. It's only emails between Hinman and Berger and any address with the Simpson Thatcher email. So coming down here, he said, Jason Foster says, correct, because the SEC limited its initial searches to only emails to and from, what is this here? STB law. It says, even though our requests were not at all so narrow. Interesting, right? Thus, our admin appeal and request for records about their search methods leading to new searches that are ongoing. So that is absolutely huge. Like we've been, when we first covered Empower Oversight going after the SEC for conflicts of interest, we were talking about this in the article that they had put up. They were talking about how it wasn't just about, going after them from conflicts of interest and try to find, more information. They were literally going on, they were calling out the SEC saying, hey, what are your search tactics in regards of you searching through these documents? And I think that's the most vital part of it. Once they find out how the SEC is actually doing these so-called searches for, pertinent documents, then they could see if, the SEC is almost like trying to suppress and hide certain information. So once their search methods approach it's on record, and Empower Oversight and the judges, who all the appropriate bodies within their specific lawsuit, once that all surfaces and the SEC is pretty much held accountable to where they have to, do the right thing and search properly, then more information is going to come out. So that is absolutely massive. Jason Foster and Empower Oversight are changing the game. The crazy thing is we talked about it, the SEC versus Ripple, they can settle, right? And when it comes to Johnny Deaton and the class action lawsuit, there could be a settlement there. But when it comes to Jason Foster and Empower Oversight, when it comes to the wrongdoings of the SEC, regulation by enforcement and the conflicts of interest, they're going to keep going after them. So, good luck trying to get away from Empower Oversight. So coming over here, he's responding to what Jason Foster just said when he was talking about what we just covered, talking about like their search methods, and it's an ongoing process to find more information. He goes, this is right. My tweet was inartly written. The emails Jason received thus far are narrowly focused because of the SEC. Think about it. It's narrowly focused because of the SEC, and it's quite evident based off what we just read. I said it before, and I will say it again. Jason and Empower Oversight are demonstrating the best FOIA, Freedom of Information Act lawyering that I've seen. So it's gonna get spicy, man. I'm excited to see kind of how things unravel here. Coming over here, what was this one? Did I read that? Okay, it says, let me make sure I got this right. Okay, right here it says, what Empower is doing with the names list is drilling down on other possible contacts with key figures which didn't involve emails to Simpson Thatcher. We get to participate in a quasi-forensic investigation in slow motion. Mad credit to Jason and Empower. Hands down. This is like I said, this is literally getting spicy, and I'm just like anxious sitting on my seat, excited to see how things kind of unravel. The SEC literally backed themselves into the corner. Just the way that their tactics and how they roll things out, and them trying to redact and suppress certain things, conflict of interest, trying to push this narrative to get Bitcoin and Ethereum out from securities laws and slam the door on the rest of the crypto market and innovate. It's just crazy how things are unraveling. So coming over here, Digital Asset Investor has something to say about it, and I thought it was quite interesting. He says, am I the only one that is uncomfortable knowing that during the same time period that the people on this list were in communication with Bill Hinman, they were out publicly giving the impression that they just didn't understand why XRP would go up in price. And then he has this video here. You can take a look at it yourself, but this was with Fast Money on CNBC with Mike Novogratz. Stuff is crazy, man. Stuff is crazy. So I wanted to end on this. And this is Johnny Deaton kind of comparing. He's bringing out a quote from the Telegram case that is literally, where's it at right here? Unless it's down here somewhere. I know I just saw it. Right here. It starts right here. So it's in this documentation with the Telegram lawsuit. So he says, he's quoting from this. He says, unless enjoined, defendants plan to sell billions of securities that will quickly come to rest in the hands of U.S. investors. And this is the Telegram case. He says, if the SEC truly believed XRP, the token itself, is a security per se, it would have sought an injunction. The lawsuit was the goal. So that's the truth. If they truly believe that, 100%, absolutely they would have sought an injunction to, especially to stop and ceasing the sale of the digital asset. But, they didn't. The lawsuit was the goal. And I truly believe what Johnny Deaton said in the communication he had with the digital asset investor when he said the case was over before it done, but before it began, before it was filed, and the case was used as a weapon. Man, things are getting spicy. So we're going to continue to follow this case. Obviously, we're big, Ripple and XRP supporters. We're big supporters of the digital asset and crypto space in general. So we're going to continue to follow this. And with all that being said, there's a lot of negativity, a lot of negative narratives going on out there. I just want to say, stay strong out there and be safe.